there, close to Medina. They did a lot of travels to Muslims before, and that is the time to take an action. What is that group that we're talking about?
Yahud and Khaibar.
Yahud and Khaibar, exactly. They were living with the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Medina. He signed a peace treaty with them. We live together, we defend Medina together, we do everything together. Group after group, they were not like one thing. Group after the other, they started breaking all of these, and every time the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would ask them, it's time to leave. You cannot. The last group of them, they had to do the same thing, and they did something really big when they allied with the enemies who came to attack Medina. And you could imagine how much bad it would have been if the non-Muslims won against Muslims. They would have eradicated all Muslims. And even the effort from the beginning, as we explained in Ghazwat al-Ahzab, the effort was led by Yahud who left Medina, who were expelled from Medina before. They were expelled, in a legitimate way because they did mistakes. They broke the treaties. And now they went to Quraysh, in Ahzab, as we explained before, and got all tribes to attack Muslims. And now Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't have time for them because he was still busy with Quraysh. But now he is done with Quraysh. It would have been not wise to leave these people. It was just like 170 kilometers actually from Medina, which is close to Medina, and leave them like that. And they already did so many trouble before. Not talking about as we mentioned last time, or that somebody got some camels from Muslims. No. They went and they gathered all the enemies of Muslims and they brought them all to attack Muslims. That's serious. So a military action was needed against these people, and this is what the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did in Ghazwat Khaibar في المحرم من سنة 7 من الهجرة. Muharram, the first month of year 7 after Hijrah, خرج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وجاء everybody who did not join him for Hudaybiyah. They wanted to, some of them wanted to join the war to get some booties, غنائم and so on, but the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يخرج معنا إلا من له رغبة في الجهاد. Nobody should join us except that you have, the aim is jihad and there is no ghanima. He said something like he's not going to give them any booties of war or any ghanima. So he wanted the serious people because this is going to be hard, especially knowing that Yahud, they have a lot of husun, forts. They don't live like cities. They have forts, and it's going to be tough to fight against them. فَلَمْ يَخْرُجْ مَعُهُ إِلَّا أَصْحَابِ الشَّجَرَةِ. Those who give him the pledge in Hudaybiyah, and anybody remembers the number other than Brother Abu Ubaidah?
1400.
1400, yes, mashallah. Many people are here. Usually these, these two brothers, mashallah, give the answers. 1400, they were there, they give him the pledge, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they were the same, almost the same number who came with him, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, almost the same people. He took, at the beginning, the same road that takes him to Khaibar, but then before he gets there, he changed it the way. He tried to come to them from the other side so they will not flee, they will not go. He wanted to get rid of these. He don't want them to go somewhere else, because that's what he did at the beginning. He said, well, time to leave. He didn't, with most of them, he didn't do anything to them. He said, you leave. But now they left, and they were not satisfied with what they did by broken the treaties. They started making trouble. So he didn't want them to go nowhere. It's war. You went or we went. So he changed the word towards the Tariq al-Sham or Tariq al-Iraq, the other way, to prevent them from going to Sham, to Syria. Now, they were not, they did not know that he's coming to attack them, alayhi salatu wasalam. They were not kind of ready for it, even though they know that they have done a lot of troubles, that they need to be punished and so on. One day, as they were coming out in the morning, they were mostly farmers. Coming out in the morning, they saw an army coming. They said, "Hada Muhammad, this is Muhammad, wallahi Muhammad, this is Muhammad by Allah." So they knew why. An army coming, why? If they are peaceful, they didn't do anything wrong, they wouldn't have expected any problems. But they knew it should be the army of Muhammad because they know that they did a lot of trouble and he should come to retaliate. And the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam waited after Fajr. Usually he would not attack, and even if when he sent some dispatches or expeditions, he will tell them, do not attack at night. You wait until the first light in the morning. So because at night you might kill children, kill people who are not, we don't want this to happen. But we wanted people to see us and we see them, so it will be clear. جاء عليهم بغتة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم was surprised قال إن إذا نزلنا بساحة قوم فساء صباح المنذرين. It's going to be like a bad day for you. And Khaibar was like three main sections, if you want. The city was like three main places, and each place or each section was the first one was in Nata, which has three forts. You're talking about Husn, fort, fortification. The second one had two Husun, two forts. The third section has three. So the total, how many forts are there? 8. 3, 2, 3. 8 Husun. We're talking about people who are ready for war. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam started by Nata. He had his camp in a place that he should be away from. If they decided to shoot from above or something, he put the camp somewhere away from that, so he was peaceful. And then he stayed this night there, and then he said, in the morning, لَأُعْطِيَنَّ الرَّايَةَ غَدًا رَجُلًا يُحِبُّ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَيُحِبُّ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. Tomorrow I'm going to give the leadership, the flag, to somebody who loves Allah and His Messenger, and Allah and His messengers love him, and His Messenger love him. He didn't mention his name. So everybody, Muhajirun, Ansar, everybody spent this night hoping that he would be the leader, not just for the sake of being leader. No one of them actually wanted to be a leader, but just to get this. Because if he becomes this person, he is sure that he loves Allah and His Messenger, and Allah and His Messenger love him. Everybody spent that night كلهم يتمنى أن يعطاها, hoping that he will get this position, because this is what the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. And now the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, first thing in the morning, he will call Ali ibn Abi Talib, أحسنت بارك الله فيك. He will call Ali. Where's Ali? He was not there actually. قال يشتكي رمدا بعينه. He had some problem with his eye. He had a problem. That's why he didn't even come for Salah. Or he's not attending this gathering. He summoned him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then he kind of spat a little bit in his eye. That's the Prophet alayhi salatu wa sallam. فَبَرَعَ مِنْ سَاعَتِهِ كَأَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. And he was gone right away on the spot. Just by doing that, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did it to him, and he didn't feel, nothing. He was good, as if there was nothing wrong with him. He gave him the leadership, and he told him to call them for Islam before he... actually, what happened is Ali radiallahu anhu, he took the flag, meaning the leadership, and he took like a few steps forward, and he said, the Nabi sallallahu before he told him, "Wala," and do not turn back, never turn back. You go forward now, go, do not come back. Go forward. And so when he took a few steps, he said, Ya Rasulullah, he didn't want to turn around, because he told him not to turn around. عَلَى مَا أُقَاتِلُهُمْ. Wow, like, what is the purpose of our fight? Muslims are not going just to fight for blood, kill them. No, it's not like this. What is the purpose? Remind me again, what is it? Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him, we are, the main thing is call them to Islam. And if they don't want to accept Islam, then they have to live under the rule of Islam, because this is the land belongs to Allah, people belong to Allah. If you don't want to live, to accept Islam, fine, but let us give the da'wah to Islam for others. And even leadership can be for you, not a problem, as long as you accept al-Islam, which is the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His people. That's it. Then he moved forward, Ali radiallahu anhu, and he started, getting to the first fort. كان بطل هذا الحصن يسمى بمرحب، وكان يرتجز ويقول قد علمت خيبر أني مرحب شاك السلاح بطل مجرب إذا الحروب أقبلت تلهب. يعني he was somebody by the name of Marhab. He was the strongest of them, and he was saying some kind of poet that he is the one and nobody can beat him, and in war he is like a lion he is like a fire that can eat anything. فبرز له عامر بن الأكوع. The first thing, as we always said at war, they started by this kind of sword fight. That was the first thing before the two armies get together. Actually, there was no like two armies, but they were like the other people were in the fort, the Hisn, and the Muslims outside. But he came outside, and he said that. So a leader from Muslims, or a fighter from Muslim came, عامر بن الأكوع. قال قد علمت خيبر أني عامر شاك السلاح بطل مغامر. He started saying something like this: Khaibar know that who is Amir? I am like the man of the weapon. That's my game. They فاختلف ضربتين. They started fighting and so on. And the other guy Marhab was like short. So Amir, he got like he hit him so hard, but it actually skipped him. He managed to, skip it, and it came to him. It came to him. He hit him like so hard. It came to his knee. He hurt himself so badly, but he did not die right away. It was a few days after that when he died. Then Marhab, he's like one. So he started saying another thing, the same thing again. فبرز له علي رضي الله عنه. Ali came. قال أنا الذي سمتني أمي حيدرة كليث غابات كريه المنظرة وفيهم بالصاع كيل السندرة. You are Marhab, I am Ali. I am the one that my mother gave me the name of lion. I am the lion of the war that looks very bad. I'm awful against the enemies. And I'm going to show you how this is going to happen. وفيهم بالصاع كيل السندرة فضرب رأس مرحب فقتله. Right away he gave him a hit on his head and he killed him. His brother of Marhab came out. فبرز له الزبير بن العوام فألحقه بأخيه. الزبير came and he sent the brother of Marhab to meet with his brother in hellfire inshallah. He killed him right away. نعم ويعني انهارت معنويات